All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGCast episode number 469. I'm your host, JPD, here in Long Island, New York. Let me do that again. 69.
Nice.
Everybody's sick. I can't even pretend that we're not sick.
Nope. We're a lovely group.
This introduction is officially over.
Is that the end of the introduction? That
Yes.
was good.
I declare it an introduction.
Nice. Good work.
Which is good enough. So everybody's got like the same cold, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the worst. I don't know.
It's not the worst.
It's going around.
It's not the worst.
It's going around.
No,
It's the worst.
It's nowhere near the worst. It's just a cold.
Yes.
It's a cold. It sucks.
I'm with Shipwreck on the cold controversy. Yeah, it's probably going to the Met game last night was not the best idea.
No, that seems like a good idea. You had fun, right?
I had fun, but I would have also had fun being a little warmer and maybe, I don't know. It was fun. It was definitely fun. But
Did you have beer and hot dogs?
No, I don't. I'm not going to drink beer. I was the only one, I think, not drinking beer at the Met game.
Did you have a hot dog?
I didn't. I had dinner right before I went there. I had Cracker Jacks.
Okay.
So that's pretty exciting.
And you don't care if you never come back.
Do you know it comes in a lame bag now? And the prize was like a picture that you shoot with your cell phone or something.
Dumb.
A QR code
Yeah.
or something. I just tossed it. It was pretty disappointing. But the game was disappointing also. I mean, you don't want to lose that way, I think, like in the top of the ninth inning.
Totally.
It's not the best. It was an excellent pitching game, but
Yes.
the Giants are going to win that game every time.
The pitching game?
Just that one game playoff, the Giants are going to beat the Mets every time. Doesn't matter what year, doesn't matter what players it is. It's just the fate of those two franchises.
I blame the Cracker Jacks. Not coming in a box anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, I did some cool things that I could tell you about if I don't once the Sudafed kicks in. But we went to the Glass House, Philip Johnson's Glass House in Connecticut.
Oh, my wife really wants to go there. We're supposed to go there in May.
Oh, cool. I mean, Mrs. Cheapy wanted to. It was her birthday, and she wanted to go, so we were able to go on Rosh Hashanah. That's when it was available. That's when we were able to get tickets. So it worked out. It worked out okay. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it's just the glass house itself is just basically one big room in a glass box, and you couldn't really live in there, year round. It was just like a vacation home. In the summer, that's basically there's no air conditioning, or screens, so it's basically just a greenhouse. But it's more than just a house. That one house, there's the brick house, which is right next to it, and he's got like this underground art gallery bunker that he built like into the side of a hill, which was pretty impressive. It looked like almost like it was going to be a, like a NORAD bunker or some sort of like military installation. And you open these two big doors, and there's just like an art gallery in there. I need one of those to put a ping pong table in. I was thinking.
Gotcha.
Mrs. Cheevy didn't think that was a great idea. How much do you think that would cost, Ship, if you had to like build a ping pong bunker into the side of a hill?
I don't know.
Is that hard to do?
It just takes some money, right?
This guy, yeah. So this, architects typically are not wealthy. Even like the ones who are very successful, like this guy was, they don't make like Wall Street money. So for an architect to have a property like this was pretty impressive, and he was able to do it because his dad left him shares in the Alcoa, the aluminum company. They were like early investors, and they made a fortune in that. So he was able to build underground art bunkers, basically. It was pretty cool, though. I would definitely recommend the Glass House tour if you can get tickets.
Cool.
Check out go for Jewish holidays. That's my tip.
Well, we have a wedding like around the corner from there in May, so we were gonna go to the wedding and then the next day go to the.
You got to get those tickets far in advance.
Do you? Okay, no, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Jewish
the heads up.
holidays is when you're gonna want to be looking, and it's close anyway. It's a quick
I was
drive.
gonna say it's close to Passover, sorta.
Right.
I don't know.
It's a quick drive anyway. You don't need to shoehorn it
Okay.
in with another trip. Maybe. Should I give you an update on my TV upgrade situation?
Yes, please. I'm so excited to hear how that's going.
People want to hear about it though. They write me on Twitter.
I'm not being facetious. I'm just very stuffy. I'm sorry.
talking about your
when I
cold
get
or
stuffy, I
your-
sound more like an asshole. No, please tell me about your TV. I really want to know about it.
I would say it was definitely worth the $300 that I paid. I know it's $400 normally. Once you play with the settings and you get everything, like the backlight and the contrast jacked up there, it does look really good. Watching a show like Luke Cage in 4K on Netflix, I can see that it looks noticeably better than, let's say, watching it on Apple TV at 1080p. Is it like incredibly amazing better that I need to spend money, extra money to get to that point? I don't really think so. I mean, I'm sitting pretty close to my TV, 65-inch TV, and I'm like 7 feet away. I can tell, it looks better, but I think most people probably may not be able to tell. I still think that my wife can't tell. If I did some blind test, she would really just be guessing.
Well, when we have our Cards Against Humanity night, I'll check it out.
They arrived,
and I'll
by
tell
the
you.
way. The packs came.
Excellent. Good. Just like I said, just let me know so I can get a babysitter.
Yes. So I would say it's worth it. And then
Okay.
and the HDR in Forza is also pretty good, but I would not say that it's worth it, that you would need to, the upgrade is worth it. But now you're investing in like buying a new Xbox or something that supports 4K streaming.
There's nothing you're talking about is in my near future. So
Right.
it's what it is.
Right. And then if you have a home theater system, you have to make sure that supports 4K.
So right. I have, the sound bar thing, it's a sound projector. And of course it's many years old and it only takes 1080p. So I got to go direct into the TV and use optical out on the Xbox. But now I only have one input. So now I got to look into switchers, or else I got to spend like $1,800 replacing this thing, which I'm not doing. So yeah, it gets to be a little ridiculous, to get that extra like last 5% improvement, you wind up spending a lot of money and time, really.
And it's not quite the standard yet. HD is now the standard, which is why it's good to have it.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to say like it's worth. Yeah, it's worth a little bit, but it gets to be a lot quickly. You fall down that rabbit hole. Upgrading your equipment and there's not really that much content still. Especially HDR content, that's still pretty lacking. Luke Cage does not have that. They just added it to Daredevil, which was great since I finished watching it, a very long time ago. And it does make a difference. It does make it look nicer. It's great, but I'm not going to wait to watch Luke Cage, to get HDR. It looks good enough.